Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. Welcome to my daily vlog where I document my efforts to make content creation sustainable as I've done for the last few months. I do this kind of like a software development stand-up, so looks like all the team members are here for the sprint. Me. So let's get started talking about yesterday. Yesterday was podcast editing day over on Twitch. We had about a dozen or 15 people show up throughout the editing session. We had several people renew their Prime sub. Thank you for that. A couple of new followers. It was a really nice time. And the show got edited in not record time, but I want to say hour 20, hour 30, something like that. So it didn't need the full two and a half hours that we sometimes need. It's getting more efficient over there. I still have to button up some of that stuff for publishing, which we'll talk about in a second. After lunch then, I did all the editing of that long form video that I got out. Now this was, I didn't expect it to be a huge banger of a video, and it's not. And look, still overnight, it's done only about 1,600 views or so. It's just another of my interests that I want to plug in. It's definitely related to nostalgic gaming and retro stuff. It's a handheld pinball game from 1979. That's one of those videos that will last forever because they're not making new ones of those, and it'll be a slow trickle and a slow burn. It's never going to be a huge performer, I don't expect, but it's one of those things that will always be seen because it's in a playlist now of these old things. So, and it was easy to do, and I really enjoyed doing it. It was a toy that I picked up from a toy store, I don't know, several weeks ago. For like $20 just to play with, to see how it worked, and it worked okay. It was cleaned it up and made a fine video out of it. Also, I created some. I used AI to create some more short form videos, and I'll talk more about that, the philosophy of that, I think, at the end. But I plugged another video in, a recent one, and it chugged on it for like 20 minutes and gave me, I think it created 8 or 18, anyway, almost more than I needed short videos. And I went through and very little modification on any of them. Anyway, I created 6 new videos that are viable out of it that I will be able to release over the next week or so. Wow. And then in the evening, you'll remember a couple things were going to happen. George went live on YouTube. He was playing Asteroids Recharged. We had a nice crowd over there for that. And I was supposed to record as a guest on a podcast, but that got postponed by a week. So I didn't do that recording with the Palmer files. I'll do that next Tuesday when that rolls back around. He just wasn't feeling well, and so he said, can we push, which we did. So let's talk about stats. Views are still fine. We're up around 10,000 a day average, I think. A couple of days ago, I got burned because we're right on the edge of a milestone, and I said, we're definitely going to make it. I'll just claim it. Well, as I looked at this last time, it was 39,295. I don't think it's going to get 5 more between the next 30-40 minutes that I go in there and do this. So I'm not going to claim it yet, but it's very close. So it's nearly another 100 has rolled over in the last day and a half or so. Well, we'll start looking toward the 4, tomorrow, but it's almost a 3. I'm not going to get caught again. Now watch it actually roll over when who knows? You can't win. So let's talk about today. So today I have a very busy afternoon. So starting at 5, we're picking up the second podcast recording we didn't do last Friday. We had to break them up for scheduling. I'll do that, and then I have the 1980s Now recording for next Monday. Both of those need to be done this evening. So this morning, I'm working on the next long-form video to release at the end of the week. And I think I'm going to take New Wave Toys sent us the Ghosts and Goblins, or Ghouls and Ghosts. Which one is it? It's Ghosts and Goblins. I was right the first time. The 1/6 scale arcade machine. And it has some new features. It's not brand new, but those videos always tend to do pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and start tackling that, open that out of the box and take a tour of it, do the work on the table that I can do, prepping for the long form that I should be able to complete and release, I would think, by Thursday. Because I already know what I want to do on Friday. So my plan is to be able to get that completed for Thursday so I can start work on Friday on this other item, which, if I can start working on it Friday, I will give you a sneak peek of it on Friday. And it's another gadget that's brand new that hasn't been released yet. Last little thing I want to talk about was using AI to make shorts. So I'm a real, meticulous, detail-oriented person. And it's taken a little bit of concession for me to let AI make these short videos because it's not perfect. And then, and it's not like, when I made a short from scratch, about how to do a cheat on a game or whatever, it's a meticulous edit and transitions and audio fades and stuff like that. And this isn't that. But I had to come to the realization that what's the return on investment? Investment of time I'm talking about here. I could spend oodles and oodles of time making a perfect 60-second short to do nothing, And it seems to me the way people consume that short media, they're not all tied up about, how polished is it and how, is everything punctuated correctly? The stuff that I did in captions before. It seems to me that if the words just show up on the screen and the information is there, that people will watch it. And so I think there's a much better use of my time to make imperfect short videos that will drive some engagement and viewership and subscribers than spend all day making one that might or might not perform the same. And so when you see them, if you see any of the recent ones that we do over the next, couple weeks, they look very different, but also they're not perfect. Like if something was widescreen, it's kind of cropped weird off the screen and you can't, but the information is there. And I think as you've been watching how short videos are created, that people use repurposed material, it's not uncommon to have one person is cropped off the screen or you can't see all of a product or whatever. All things that I was working around. How do I fight that and make it fully perfect? It's not worth it because those short videos aren't consumed like, cinema. They're like candy. People just watch them and throw them away. They flip them, they flip them, they flip them, So I found that letting the AI do it has freed up my schedule and allowed me to release more content over the last week than I have in the previous couple of months, just because I have short videos on deck that I created 6 of them, like I said yesterday, in about an hour and a half. 6 of them. That would have taken me easily an hour and a half to do one of them that I was doing manually. And with any luck, any given 20-minute video, 10-minute video, you can feed it and it's going to make, it's 10 to 20 shorts. So it has been a concession of my, my nitpickiness, my standards, but I think ultimately it is a net gain. My goal is not to be seen as a perfectionist. My goal is to be seen as someone who's still doing this in a year because I can afford to. And I think it makes more sense to make the quality concession in order to get the volume and the return on the investment of time. So if you see those and you go, that doesn't look like something that John would have done, you're right. It's something that a robot did for us. And I'm gonna keep trying it out over the coming weeks and see if it delivers on what a regular, manually created short would do. People seem to do it a lot, so we're gonna keep trying it. All right, let me go ahead and get busy. Today, Wednesday, tomorrow's a podcast release, so I'll get the podcast all published and ready to come out tomorrow morning. Thank you for stopping in to check out today's video vlog. If you did, video vlog, that's redundant. That's what it stands for. Chen, thank you for checking out today's vlog. If you did, if you're here every day, love you for that. Thank you for being part of my support system. Have a great day. Please do something good for yourself if you can, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.